Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Kathy. How are you today?
I'm doing okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Well, my name is Catherine. I'm a crisis worker here at the center. Is
Okay.
it okay we have a little talk today?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, great. What brings you in today, Kathy?
So I've been feeling afraid and anxious all the time. I can't sleep at night, so I just drink a lot before bed. I kept on having flashbacks of my mom's attempted suicide,
Okay.
and I was once sexually assaulted, and all of those things is like really, really hard to deal with, and it's all just keep coming back to me.
Okay.
Making me having all this anxious feeling and feeling afraid all the time. So it's really hard.
Wow. Okay. So you're feeling very anxious right now. You have thoughts of these um, traumatic events that happened,
Yes.
and okay. Well, I completely understand why you come in today seeking help. That
Hmm.
sounds very disruptive to your life.
Yeah.
So these events that happen, they sound very traumatic. Are you comfortable sharing with me some of the details?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
Definitely
when you're
okay to
ready.
talk about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so when you're ready, would you like to tell me a bit about that?
When I was very young, I think at about age 10, I found my mom in the bathroom hanging. And I was the one that called 911, which saves my mom's life,
Okay.
and until this day, I cannot get over that feeling, those thoughts and memories. And um, one day when I was sleeping in my bed with my little girl, I was sexually assaulted by my landlord.
Okay.
Yes. And so those things, it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
I'm anxious, I'm afraid, I can't sleep at night, and I'm like using the drinking at nights to try to see if I can go to bed, try to get some sleep.
Okay. Wow, Kath, you've been through a tremendous amount. I can't imagine what it's been like for you. Especially at a young age like that to find your mother, that must have been very scary for
It
you.
was scary.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then the assault when you were older, so it's been a lot of
Yeah. Yeah.
well, you've been through a lot, Kathy. So I commend you for being here today.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I really need to talk about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe well, first of all, I want to say that the things that you've described to me are very normal reactions to the traumatic
Mhm.
events that you've been
Mhm.
through. So,
Right.
um, can you tell me a bit more about your anxiety?
So it mostly it happens every day, but mostly, like when I'm going to sleep, once I go to bed, it's my bedtime. I can't sleep because during the daytime I'm up and about, so I still have the anxiety feeling, the anxious feeling, and the being afraid,
Mm-hmm.
but it just get worse at night because I'm by myself, and
Okay.
I'm just lying there with silence, and I can't sleep, so
Okay.
I start shaking,
Mm-hmm.
and my heart starts beating really fast, where sometimes I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack,
Okay.
right? And it really hurts. So all those things, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds very hard to go through, especially at night when you just
Yeah.
want to sleep so bad. And
Yeah. It makes it really hard for me to go to sleep.
okay.
Yeah.
And can you describe when you say your heart is beating really fast and you describe it as a heart attack feeling
That's
or
what it feels like, because
okay.
I literally can hear my heartbeat. It's
Yeah.
weird. Lying down, I can actually hear my heart beating, and all the pulse. I can't even be on one side because, I can just feel the boom, 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 and
That's
there's no way I can sleep through
okay.
that.
That's very intense.
So imagine that with all the flashbacks and, thinking
Okay.
about my mom and me being sexually assaulted. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot, Kathy. Um, so in the on your anxiety levels, you say the worst at night. How about in the day? How is your functioning? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your
Um,
daily experience? 10 being bad, one being good, a good day.
I would say I'm at a 8
8, okay,
during the
quite
daytime.
high,
Yeah,
and then
yeah. Yeah, and nighttime, I believe it passes 10
Okay.
because it gets really, really bad and
Really
scary.
hard, eh?
Yeah.
Really scary, eh? Okay. And are Kathy, I have to ask, are you ever like feeling like you'd harm others or yourself at all?
Um, no, sometimes I don't think so. I just sometimes feel like, I don't want to be here because, of all these things that I keep having flashbacks on and not being able to sleep, to cope nighttime, daytime. It's like, what's the sense? But I never have the thought of hurting myself or hurting anyone. My daughter, um, it's good sometimes when she comes home from school and we get to talk about, her day at school, and she's doing amazing in school, right? So that kind of, make things a little bit better sometimes, but
Okay.
just for that moment during the conversation, and then,
Okay. So just
yeah,
temporary. So it's
yeah,
something that's constantly on
it
your
is
mind. You don't get a
constantly, yeah.
break from it, is
No,
what I'm hearing.
no, I don't. No.
Okay. And then when you said you don't want to be here anymore, can you elaborate on that a bit?
It's just a feeling that, if I'm experiencing all these things and I'm not able to function daily or have a good night's sleep, like, how am I gonna function the next day when I get up? There won't be any energy, like no motivation, nothing. So it's
Yeah.
just hard. Like, what kind of life is this,
I
right?
understand that sounds very difficult. You don't get a break from it, it sounds like.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Support.
It's my turn. Um, so Kathy, it's affecting quite a bit of your life. How much sleep are you getting, would you say, on average?
Um, Sometimes I'm up until like 3 a.m. in the mornings.
Okay.
And then I would wake up like maybe 5,
Okay.
and that's it.
That's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
And you mentioned drinking to help you sleep as
And
well?
yeah, so I just drink myself until I just
Okay.
fall asleep, and but I'm not sleeping for long.
No.
I
Yeah.
drink like a bottle of wine sometimes.
A bottle of wine. Yeah,
Yeah.
at night
Yeah.
on an
That's
average. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Okay.
that's what gets me sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you worried you're becoming dependent on the alcohol at
I
all?
am
You
dependent on,
are?
yes.
Okay.
I am dependent on the alcohol at the moment.
Wow. Okay. And how are your eating habits?
Um, I don't eat very well. You know, there's no appetite.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably munch on fruit, maybe a little soup sometimes.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
My daughter, she makes her breakfast in the morning to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
So she's 16 years old, so she's good.
She's yeah.
Yeah, she can prepare stuff for herself. But for me, there's no appetite there.
Okay.
You know.
So what I'm hearing, not much sleep, no appetite, therefore no energy.
Yeah.
Are you working?
I was working, but right now I can't. I'm not because I've called in so many times, called in sick so many times, and whenever I do show up at work, um, you know, I get into fights with my boss. So it's like I can't function because all this anxiety feeling, anxious feeling, feeling afraid. I can't function at work.
Okay. So it's become very disruptive to your life to the
Yeah,
point where
I
you
cannot
can't even
work.
work
Yeah,
anymore. Okay.
yeah.
That's very difficult.
So I'm not working right now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how is your daughter? Is she aware of your feelings of anxiety?
Um, maybe not. I never talked to her about it.
Okay.
I never shared anything with her.
Okay.
And most of this happened at nights. Like when it get worse at night, I'm in my room by myself.
Yeah. And
So
so
yeah,
she's not aware.
yeah.
Um, and do you have any other supports that you do you speak to anyone else about this?
No, never
No.
talked to anybody else about it.
Okay. Never seen a doctor or
No, I never said nothing.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have are you in a relationship?
Um, no, I used to, but they never really worked out. They always treat me really bad.
Okay.
And never worked out.
No.
Relationships never worked out.
Okay.
always being abused by men.
Mm-hmm.
Married a few times, never worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think that is probably because of your past and your anxiety? And yeah.
Um, could be. I just don't know what's wrong with my life. All these things just keep happening. I can't function in the day. I can't sleep at night. I don't have a partner. You know, so
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
And how long have you had these symptoms of being very anxious to the part where you're, point where you're feeling like you're having a heart attack?
This has been going on for the past 6 months right now.
6 months. Okay, so
Yes.
quite a while. You've been
Yes.
dealing with this all by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any coping strategies like breathing exercises?
Sometimes I try to do a little breathing, especially with the palpitation. I try to do a little inhale and exhale, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Okay.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
No.
No. Well, it's good. You've been trying something, and
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not working for you. Okay.
I've tried. I want to feel better. I want to be able to go out there and work and be more involved in my daughter's life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But all these anxiety feeling of being afraid, drinking to fall asleep at night, and not being able to hold a job or keep my partners, like
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's great you've come here today to seek help. So that's the first step
Okay.
towards getting help for yourself.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Okay.